Good morning, everybody. My name is Pradeep Niduram. I'm a senior application engineer at Beacon, Best Engineering Aids and Consultancies.
The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Sorry about that. Hello. Good morning, everybody. A very warm welcome to one and all to the second webinar, Sustainability Express, designed with sustainability in mind. Today, I'll take you through a very new functionality of SolidWorks, which was recently introduced in 2008. It is called Sustainability Express, and it is used to estimate the environmental impact factors of your designs or products. The best part about it is that it is included in SolidWorks. So if you have SolidWorks, you already have a seat of Sustainability Express with you. Before we jump into the product demonstration, I would like to take you through a couple of slides to give you a quick overview of the product. If you have any questions or if you have facing any technical glitches, please let us know by using the chat window. And if you have any questions, please feel free to use the question window as well. The presentation will take approximately somewhere between 30 to 35 minutes. I'll keep it short and I'll keep it precise. And as I said, before we get into the product demonstration, I have a couple of slides that I'd like to take you through. I think we are right on time. The quote you can see on the screen, some great words from a great man. He says, the earth, air, land, and water, the environmental resources that we enjoy right now, are not an inheritance from our forefathers, but instead, you have to look at them as a loan from our next generations. So it's our minimum responsibility to hand it over, at least as we got it. I thought the quote makes very much sense to be a part of this presentation. So no matter what you design, no matter what your products are, I feel that as so does SolidWorks, that you can use sustainability to a certain extent to improve your environmental impact factors. So why SolidWorks sustainability? Or let's ask the question, why sustainability? We at SolidWorks believe that pretty soon all design will be sustainable design. A very few pictures to reinforce that statement that I made, that pretty soon all design will be sustainable design. I'll quickly show you a couple of products that will show you how companies are incorporating sustainable design principles or green design principles in their products. So the first picture that you see on the screen is a Poland Spring water bottle designed in SolidWorks, and they use sustainability to achieve a much eco-friendlier design of their product. When I say eco-friendly, I mean the environmental impacts it's having are minimal. So all in all, you're reducing the carbon footprint, you're reducing the water eutrophication, air acidification, as well as energy usage to create the product. Excuse me. As I said, more and more consumers are looking at sorry about that. I'll quickly run through a few pictures to reinforce my statement. In packaging, Nike shoes is using green design. This product is called, it's again a packaging product, Dell Streak. They have recently started using bamboo for their packaging purposes. PepsiCo has recently come up with a PET bottle which is entirely made up of vegetable waste. And an innovative promo from Levi's jeans showing that the average water consumption in manufacturing a pair of jeans from Levi's is much lesser than their competitors. So the point I'm trying to make is more and more consumers are looking at greener products. As this demand increases, businesses are facing a new and unfamiliar challenge on how to tackle this. sustainable design is definitely a strategy for success because consumers are looking at greener products, consumers are looking at much eco-friendlier products, and SolidWorks Sustainability was developed by the only intention of helping the designers to solve this mystery. SolidWorks Sustainability is very easy to understand, easy to learn, and almost effortless to employ. By using SolidWorks Sustainability, you can reduce the environmental impact of your designs, and also you can communicate your design changes or accomplishments in a compelling way. The best part is, as I said earlier, SolidWorks Sustainability is available to every SolidWorks user in the form of Sustainability Express. So SolidWorks Sustainability uses life cycle assessment, the LCA methodology, to estimate the environmental impacts of their designs or products. So when I say LCA, it covers the entire life cycle of the product, starting from raw material extraction to material processing, manufacturing, assembly, of course the product use part, and then the end of life, which can be either disposal or recycling. And also SolidWorks Sustainability will take care of the transportation phases which occur in between these stages. And SolidWorks Sustainability will estimate the environmental impact factors in 4 different categories, namely the carbon footprint, total energy, air acidification, and then water eutrophication. So why do we need all these 4 different categories? Because a product's environmental impact cannot be just classified by one particular factor. Of course, carbon footprint is the most known and most most aware of environmental impact factors, and the units are kilograms of carbon dioxide equivalent. And total energy consumed over the life cycle of the product, not just the product use, but the total life cycle of the product. So this includes all the different phases like manufacturing, usage, disposal, etc. And the units are megajoules. Air acidification is a proxy. Air acidification and water eutrophication both are a couple of proxies that SolidWorks Sustainability uses to show the environmental impact caused by a particular product to the air and the water. And the units are kilograms of sulfur dioxide equivalent for air acidification and the kilograms of phosphate equivalent for water eutrophication. SolidWorks Sustainability comes in a couple of flavors, the first one of which is available to every single user of SolidWorks. Let me pause for a second while my screen refreshes. As I said, SolidWorks Sustainability comes in a couple of different flavors. The first of which is Sustainability Express, which is available to every single user of SolidWorks. If you have SolidWorks, you already have Sustainability Express. The capabilities include LCA of individual parts, and you can have a very nice material selection tool which will allow you to find similar materials while searching on the mechanical properties. By using this Find Similar tool, you'll be able to choose much eco-friendlier materials for your products or designs. I'll talk about this more when I'm doing the product demonstration. And the environmental impact dashboard, as I said earlier, will be categorized into 4 different impacts, and I'll again talk about them when I'm doing the product demonstration. Also, you can generate a nice detailed report with links to external websites. And the second product is called SolidWorks Sustainability. It is a full blown out product from SolidWorks, and the functionalities or the capabilities are same as Xpress, but apart from that, you can also do the lifecycle analysis of assemblies. It also supports configuration. So let's say if you have 3 or 4 configurations in your assemblies or parts, you can save different set of inputs and outputs for each configuration. Also, it has some expanded reporting capabilities for assemblies. Also, you can specify the amount and type of energy consumed during the product use cycle. So this is really critical if you're talking about some consumer electronic products like the example that we'll deal with today, the personal humidifier, or the food processor that you see on the screen. So if you know the life of the product and if you know the type of energy consumed, example electricity in kilowatt hours or diesel or gasoline in gallons, you can specify the amount and type to arrive at a very accurate number for the environmental impact. Apart from that, you can specify the method of transportation from the manufacturing region to the usage region. This is again very critical when you're talking about manufacturing in, let's say in India, and your product is being exported and used elsewhere, let's say in North America. So obviously there is some environmental impact that is happening during the transport phase of the product. So you can specify the method of transportation. We have 4 different modes of transportation. You can ship it via air cargo, or you can use a boat or a ship, and then there is a rail, and there is a bus or the road transport. Also, it has support for assembly visualization, which is really a novel way of looking at it. So I'll again talk about this when I'm doing a product demo. Okay, the database behind this is given by a company called PE International. This is a very reputed company in the arena of life cycle analysis. They have nearly 20 years of experience, and they are the unchallenged pioneers in this area. Their hallmark product is Gabby 4. It is a LCA software, but SolidWorks is incorporating Gabby 4 database in order to combine CAD with the LCA principles. And SolidWorks is the first in the market to do such a integration with CAD and LCA. And the customers, as you can see, include some of the big names across every vertical that you can think of: Nike, Black & Decker, Audi, BMW, IBM, Bosch, LG, Motorola, Nokia, Sony. The list goes on and on. Let's just say that their database is very international and well vetted. So to sum up my presentation so far, we'll just say that SolidWorks Sustainability is very easy to use, easy to understand, and almost effortless to employ, using which you can reduce the environmental impact of your designs. Also, it has reporting capabilities so that you can communicate your design changes in a compelling way. And the best part again is that it's available to every user of SolidWorks. So at this point, I would like to jump into the product demonstration. And today I'll be focusing on a personal humidifier assembly to do a life cycle analysis using SolidWorks Sustainability. I'll just wait a couple of seconds for my screen to refresh. Okay, there you go. So on the screen, I have a personal humidifier. I chose this example because it's very easy to relate to, and it is a very simple assembly that I can, start off with using SolidWorks Sustainability. There are a couple of ways to launch SolidWorks Sustainability. One is you can go to Tools and launch Sustainability. If you have if you don't have SolidWorks Sustainability full product, you'll be seeing SolidWorks Sustainability Xpress here. Or you can have a nice sustainability launch button on your toolbar, which brings up the sustainability work pane on the right. I'll just take a couple of minutes or even less to take you through the user interface. The top portion allows you to specify the manufacturing region as well as the usage region. In this example, I'm assuming that the manufacturing is done in Asia, let's say China, and the transportation and use part is happening in North America. So I'll take a quick glance at all the regions available. You have selections between different continental selection like North America, South America, Europe, Asia, and then you have India. So they considered India to be a very special market, so they have a separate selection for India, and then you have the ANZ, Australia, New Zealand, and Japan is also included as a separate selection. So in SolidWorks 2012 and coming versions, we believe that this list will be further drilled down or narrowed down to a particular selection. So as of now, you can specify the region in which the product is manufactured and also the region in which the product is used. In this example, I'm considering it to be used in USA. As I said earlier, you can also specify the mode of transportation, whether you are shipping it via a boat or a plane or a train or a truck. So in this case, obviously, I think I'll go with a ship. So you can see that as soon as I made the change, the environmental impact dashboard on the bottom has been updated. So the environmental impact dashboard is very simple and it's very visually communicative. So it is giving you a constant feedback on the environmental impact of your products or designs. On using SolidWorks Sustainability, our major goal is to reduce the carbon footprint and the other environmental impact factors. So it gives you a quick comparison between the previous design and the existing design. So as soon as I change the mode of transport, you can see that the current impact has been updated, and green means it is a very the environmental impact has gone down. Red means it has worsened, and one more important thing is I can set my baseline. When I say set baseline, I mean to say that this would be my starting point where I can set the initial carbon impact and the environmental impact as a baseline or a datum, and then keep doing some design changes or some tweaks or some changes in material properties or etc., and see how my environmental impact is going down. So this is really important. So currently I have set the baseline, and now I can start using SolidWorks in conjunction with sustainability to let's say reduce our environmental impacts. One important aspect of SolidWorks Sustainability is it is very tightly integrated with other features, like let's say assembly visualization. So I can assembly visualization, as most of you know, would have already known by now, is used to sort out factors like the weight, mass, density, etc. Apart from this, you can also choose sustainability characteristics like SolidWorks sustainability characteristics like material class, material specific material. So let me choose specific material, and you can see that it has a sort order, and you can easily look at the SolidWorks sustainability material characteristics. Apart from that, what I'm more interested in today is to look at the carbon footprint of my design. So when I choose sustainability carbon, here you can see that the parts are listed in the decreasing order of their carbon footprint. So I know which parts in my assembly are contributing to the most, which are contributing the most, and which are the least contributors. And I can enable the color using assembly visualization. So now I know the red parts are contributing more, and as you go green, the carbon impacts are going down. So now I know that the top cover and the underbase are are having the largest carbon impact. So I can work on these two parts of the assembly to improve my environmental impact. Also, it's a very very extremely flexible interface. So you can toggle around the colors. Now I know that all the rest parts are contributing to the least impact, so I'm not really worried about them. I can even use the roll up bar. So at this point, what I would like to do is try to change some properties in some of the parts and see how my environmental impact is changing, and I'll be constantly comparing it to the baseline. So let me select this part called heater holder. It is a stamped component, and it is manufactured in Asia and used in North America. And you can see the material class and the material specific material and the weight, etc. So what I want to do now is let me just change the manufacturing region from Asia to North America. Let's say we want this to be produced locally in North America where it will be used. So as soon as I make the change and I come out of it, you can see that the dashboard on the environmental impact sustainability window has been updated. You can see that the green is indicating a slight improvement over the black baseline that we have set earlier. Similarly, I can choose to work with the top contributors, the top cover and the underbase. So let me select top cover, which is contributing the highest carbon footprint, and I can use the find similar material. So I have selected the top cover, and right now I'm going to use the find similar material feature or the capability of SolidWorks Sustainability to find alternative plastics. You can see that the class of the material used is plastics, and the specific material here is polyethylene amide. So let me use find similar material. This is a killer app in sustainability because this is the heart and core of it. You can choose a different material. What it exactly does is it goes and digs into SolidWorks Sustainability material database, and it comes out with much eco-friendlier and much greener materials for your class, for your products. So let me just retain the plastics as a material class, and I can let's say find materials which are less dense than the existing material and which have lesser thermal conductivity, something like this. So when I click on find similar, I'll get a list of materials from SolidWorks material database, and I can further drill down this list by selecting particular materials. I can click on the spyglass here and show selected only. So when I click on each of these materials, you can see that the dashboard on the bottom is updating, and it is showing you the improvement while comparing with the baseline. So I can click on each of them and see where it has improved and where it has deteriorated. Also, apart from that, I can always take a look at the tensile strength and other material properties if you're concerned about the strength requirements of the design. So I can say that the polypropylenes are better choices, and polypropylene homopolymer is the best choice because it has given me the best improvement over the baseline. So what I'll do is I'll just say accept, and you can see that the assembly visualization window has already been updated. I can come out of it, and you can see the improvement in the environmental impact dashboard. Similarly, I can repeat the process for the underbase. I can go look at find similar, and I can drill down the list and select a proper material, but I already know that polypropylene homopolymer is a much better choice, so I can just go and directly choose it from the material drop-down list. You can see that the list is updated now, and the assembly visualization is reflecting the same, and we have made significant impacts into the environmental impact properties like carbon footprint, energy use, etc., etc. So the next thing I would like to showcase is the reporting capabilities of SolidWorks Sustainability. Till now we have made some design changes in a couple of parts, and we can generate a nice report documenting all these design changes. And when I say you can communicate your design changes in an accomplishing way, you don't have to use print screen and go paste it in a Word document. So SolidWorks Sustainability will help you in preparing a nice report which you can use for product documentation or maybe communicating it to the higher ups, etc., etc. Let me just wait for a couple of seconds while the Word document is being prepared for us. Okay, I think here it is. Let me wait for a couple of seconds for the screen to refresh on your end. Yeah, there you go. So it is a very customizable report, so you can have your company logos and the company images here. And this is the model that is being used now, humidifier assembly, and this is the latest model. Please make note of the weight. It is 520 grams. This is the current design, and it also indicates the manufacturing region and the use region. Apart from that, in the next page, it gives you the environmental impact broken down into 4 different uh, environmental impact factors. And again, each one of these impacts is broken down into 4 different phases of the life cycle: material extraction, manufacturing, usage, and end of life. So if you look at carbon footprint, the carbon footprint of 3.2 kilograms of carbon dioxide equivalent is again broken down into these 4 phases. Similarly for the other impact factors as well. One thing we haven't done is we haven't accounted for the energy usage during the life of the product. This is a consumer product, and it will be, let's say, used for 5 years, let's say 5 hours a day. So if you can add up, it accounts to a lot of energy usage. I just didn't want to include it because it will dominate the other impact factors. So if you want, you can just go back to SolidWorks Sustainability, and you can make use of the type of energy used here. You have options between different types of energy used: diesel, electricity, gasoline, etc., etc. In this case, it would be electricity in kilowatt hours. So you can easily account for the energy used during the product's life. And I just didn't want to do it because it might overshadow the other factors. Moving on, the impact factors are again classified for the top as top contributors and the least contributors. I'm sorry. These are the products, or these are the parts in your assembly which are the top contributors to the environmental impact, and these are the parts which are contributing least to the environmental impact. So you can have a quick and a very a nice estimate of what parts that you need to be working on to make your products more greener. Smaller parts like the switch, the heater holder, and the heater components are least contributors, understandably, and the bigger parts like the tank, the top cover, and the cover, and also the underbase were the top contributors. So you'll have a fair idea, and then this image on the next page will reinforce the same by showing the parts in red, yellow, and green depending on the environmental impact. Red means high impact, green is more less impact. And this is the baseline product that we started off with, which is the humidifier assembly, and it was weighing about 610 grams. And if you remember, the current design weighs about 520. So it's almost a 10-15% decrease in weight. So you're not only going for a much greener product, but in the process, you're also making the products lighter. This might be of some interest. And this is the baseline that we started off with: manufacturing region, use region. And again, the environmental impact factors broken down into 4 different categories. I think that's it. There is some more information on how this is done. It will show you the different phases of the life cycle, as well as some some insights into what each of those environmental impacts actually mean. And also you can have some nice links to some SolidWorks Sustainability websites. So this is how you do a SolidWorks Sustainability, use SolidWorks Sustainability to estimate environmental impact of your assembly. Similarly, if you have a part, you can do that using SolidWorks Sustainability. Now I would like to showcase one more aspect of SolidWorks Sustainability, which is to use SolidWorks Sustainability in conjunction with, let's say, a different area of SolidWorks, like SolidWorks simulation. In this example, I would like to say, point out this part called the water tank, which resides on the top. This part typically holds what I want to do using SolidWorks Sustainability and SolidWorks simulation is try to see if I can make any design changes here to improve my environmental impact. And in this case, I'm worried about this part because usually since this is a personal humidifier, it is quite probable that someone might place a couple of books on top of it. So what I have used using SolidWorks Sustainability and simulation in conjunction is I have created a simulation study here. which represents a book load of 5 kilograms on top of the surface, and it also accounts for the water pressure inside. A simple rho g h will has led me to this number of 10,000 Newton per meter square, and I have fixed the part. I have a cylindrical constraint on the collar and a roller constraint on the face. So what I can do now is I can run SolidWorks simulation and see how my design is holding up to the requirements. The requirements being the 5 kilograms book load and 10,000 Newton per meter square pressure inside. So what I'm looking at is these are the results using SolidWorks simulation. What I'm exactly interested in is the factor of safety. Currently, the factor of safety stands at the minimum factor of safety stands at 2.45, which is good enough for any design as long as the strength requirements are not very critical. In this case, it's just a personal humidifier, so 2.45 is pretty good. But what I want to do now is go back to the model and use SolidWorks Sustainability to find a better material for this product. So again, what I'm going to do is make use of the find similar tab or find similar application here in SolidWorks Sustainability to find a similar material. Let me retain the plastics here for the material class, and what I want to do now is I will find a material which has similar density but has a higher tensile strength. So you can see that I have a higher control over the material properties here. I can be very specific on what I want and what I'm looking for. I can dig into the SolidWorks database, and the list here can be further drilled down. Let me select a couple of materials here, and I can further drill down the list. Again, I'll compare each of them with the existing product. As you can see, some of them are greener and some of them are not so green. So again, PP homopolymer, the polypropylene here is the best choice. So what I'll do is I'll just say accept. And what I want to do now is the set material here, which will assign the material, which will update the material in SolidWorks window. Not only does it update the material in SolidWorks, it also reflects the change elsewhere. Let's say in simulation, you can see that the material is already updated here. So let me run SolidWorks simulation again. Because there's a change in the material, I'm looking at a different factor of safety and different analysis results. So let me go back to factor of safety now. You can see that the factor of safety has gone up to 5.19, which is incredibly almost twice as our previous value of 2.4. So what it means is we are in the process of selecting a much eco-friendly material. We have significantly increased the strength of the product, which is actually a over design. In this case, we might not need a factor of safety of 5.19. So what I can do is go back to the model tab, make some design changes. Like this is a shell component, so I can just reduce the thickness of the shell from 2.5 to 1.5. So the changes are reflected in the environmental impact dashboard. You can see since we have removed some material, the environmental impact has come down. Again, let me go back to the simulation tab and rerun the study because we have removed some material. And this time I expect the factor of safety to come down a little bit because we have obviously eliminated or removed some material from our part, thereby decreasing the strength of the component. Let's wait a couple of seconds for the results, and there you go. You can see that the minimum factor of safety now is 2.13. So this is actually a very good experiment or what if analysis where we arrived at the right factor of safety, and at the same time, keeping our strength requirements in mind, we have chosen a much greener or eco-friendlier material. So we can quickly go back to the assembly, and you can see that the changes are updated. Let me wait for a couple of seconds, and SolidWorks Sustainability is again updated the environmental impact on the dashboard. what I can do now is I can just update my report that we have generated earlier by a single click of a button by using the update report button here. So far you have looked at how to make design changes or how to use SolidWorks Sustainability to reduce the environmental impacts of your designs or products, and we believe that this can be a tremendous addition to your existing workflow because we believe that pretty soon all design will be sustainable design. No matter what you design, it can be walls or pumps or aircraft, it doesn't matter, but incorporating sustainable design principles is the future, and that's the direction we are all heading into. So we believe that our customers will pretty soon start using SolidWorks Sustainability Xpress because it is already there with you, and we have a fantastic tutorial. All you have to do is go to Help, SolidWorks Tutorials, and you can look at there's a nice tutorial for SolidWorks Sustainability as well as Sustainability Express. Let me just zoom down a little bit. Yeah. So you have SolidWorks Sustainability. There's a nice food processor example similar to the humidifier example I've shown you. And there's a Sustainability Express, which can be used to estimate the environmental impact of your parts. So if you're looking at assemblies, you have to, go for SolidWorks Sustainability, the full product. But I believe using SolidWorks Sustainability Express would be a good start to kick things off in this front, because more and more consumers are taking a note of this green factor of the products, and investors are also keen on looking at it, and that's the direction we are all headed to. Right now, I think I'm done with my presentation. As I said, I'll keep it to about 30-35 minutes. So I think we are right on time. I can open up for questions. If you have any questions, please feel free to type in or send us an email. My email ID is Pradeep. I'll just put up the email ID on top so you can make a note of it. If you have any questions, please feel free to type in them. You can always drop me an email, pradeep@beacon-india.com. We'll be more than glad to do a full demo of the product SolidWorks Sustainability at your premises if you want to show this to your managers or higher ups. I have one question here. Let me just read out the question so that you all know what it is. Transportation from Asia to USA would increase the carbon footprint, but how it works when cost is considered, where manufacturing cost is less than Asia when compared to USA. Yeah, right now using SolidWorks Sustainability, you can specify the regions of manufacture and regions of usage. Like in the example we did Asia to USA, and then we changed it to USA and USA. Doing that, you can see how the environmental impact is affected. Right now, I know I can sense the question when costs are considered. Manufacturing costs in Asia are different to manufacturing costs in USA. Right now, those are not a part of SolidWorks Sustainability, but we believe that pretty soon SolidWorks will incorporate these costing principles, because in 2012 we have a SolidWorks costing module, and we pretty much believe that maybe in the next version of SolidWorks they'll take into account the manufacturing cost as well when you're changing regions. The next question is what is the accuracy of the database as we are selecting continent for environmental impact? How much it can vary in percentage? A very nice question, very relevant question, I guess. So as I said, database is provided by PE International. The selection as of now it is continental. I can see that Asia being a big continent, they have broken down the territory into China, India, and Japan. I know India is again a pretty big country, and environmental impact can be different for different regions in India itself. The way this works is every country will have a set of emission factors, and when I say emission factor, it will be something like a kilograms of carbon dioxide emitted per let's say unit of electricity or unit of gasoline or unit of diesel. So environmental impact factors and emission factors vary from region to region, and PE International in its database has drilled down the list currently to a continental selection, and we don't have to worry about it because they have created India as a separate region. So I can say that we are pretty much taken care of. If you're talking about variation in different regions of India, I don't know about that. It will be very, very minimal, I believe. Okay, the next question, I think I would have, the answer makes sense. If it doesn't, please shoot me an email again, or I will be able to, handle this, respond to it in an email in a detailed manner. The next question is, are there any SolidWorks competitors with this kind of tools? I am very proud to say that SolidWorks is the first in the business to have integrated CAD with a life cycle analysis. As I am aware of, some of our competitors are coming up with some products, but they're not as exhaustive and they're not as integrated with CAD as SolidWorks Sustainability is. They might be very much restricted to, let's say, a material selection, but in SolidWorks you can further reap the advantages by using other modules like SolidWorks Sustainability, or simulation or assembly visualization. So any product of SolidWorks would be tightly integrated and tightly coupled with the other modules inside. So you can see that everything happens in a single window. It's single window integration. So as of now, I only know that there is one competitor of us who has come up with a material database which will talk about the environmental impacts. But other than that, we are the pioneers in this. Okay, any more questions? Please feel free to type in, because we have wrapped up much earlier than what I promised. Again, my email ID is on display on the screen. I believe you can see it. So if you have any other questions, please drop me an email. We'll be more than glad to do a full-fledged demo on the product. There is currently a lot of activity going on for SolidWorks Sustainability. Many companies and many industries are showing their interest in incorporating such a product into their existing workflow, and we believe this could be a tremendous addition to your existing workflow. You can start off using SolidWorks Sustainability Xpress. It is already there with you since you're all SolidWorks users. And one last thing I would like to say is, we are having a SolidWorks user group meeting in Bangalore pretty soon. I know everyone who has tuned in and everyone who has logged in right now for this webinar are passionate users of SolidWorks. So we'll be sending out email invitations very shortly. Please make sure that you attend the SolidWorks user group meetings. It will be a tremendous networking platform where we can share ideas, share knowledge, and it will be sometime in December first week, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, excellent question again. I can see, I hope we can add our own material in the material library. Please confirm. Okay. So in SolidWorks 2012, you have an option of adding your own material to the existing material database, and you can start using it. I was using SolidWorks 2011 for the presentation today because most of the existing customers have 2011, so I didn't want to use 2012. In 2012, there are a couple of improvements in SolidWorks Sustainability itself. As one of the questions was pointing out, how to drill down the region of selection. Here in SolidWorks Sustainability 2012, you can also specify that distance between the manufacturing region and the usage region and so forth. There are a lot of improvements. SolidWorks Sustainability in 2012, and we hope this keeps going on. And in 2013, we expect a even more wide selection of options. Okay, I can see that's all the questions that I that are coming in. Okay, thanks everyone for your time. We again are very appreciative of your time. Please make sure that you keep an eye, watch out for our webinars coming in. We will be mostly showcasing tools to make the most out of your SolidWorks. This is primarily to create awareness and primarily to make you increase your productivity of your engineering and design resources by using SolidWorks. Thanks again. My name is Pradeep. I hope you all have a great day.